Guys, what's up? And welcome back to another training and education. I'm going to keep you here for the next 5 to 7 minutes, and I want you to take as many notes as you need to and ask questions afterwards if you need to as well. We're going to be touching on the overstimulated human framework. So your problem 9 times out of 10 isn't around discipline. It's about the term and the hormone that's released that we call dopamine. And it's very easy to become addicted to dopamine. And dopamine is found in many ways, shapes, and forms. It could be alcohol consumption. It could be scrolling on TikTok. It could be waiting for your takeaway in anticipation. It is found in abundance, especially in today's age. And I want to make you aware of how dopamine affects our perception of time. And essentially, I know I have the conversation all of the time, and I experience this myself a lot, but time is going very, very fast. I mean, we're already in July the 1st, and essentially you blink and the day, the week, and the month has literally gone. And essentially we're already halfway through the year. And I always ask, how the fuck are we actually already this far into the year? We on average now consume more input in one morning than our family or friends 50 years ago did in 1 week. So think about that. In one morning, whether you have got 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or an hour, we consume more, whether that is through the news, whether that's through social media, through messaging, through emailing, through work. We consume more in one morning than our family, friends, parents, etc. consumed in 1 week over 50 years ago. That is fucking crazy. That blows my absolute mind. Notifications, the red dot that comes up on Instagram, the buzz that the phone has, noises, conversations, switching, context flipping between tasks. Look at my tabs right now. You won't be able to see. Oh no, you are be able to see them. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tabs. And I don't know about you, but I struggle to understand then, and I don't know why, but why is my focus and my discipline absolutely fried? When we do lack in discipline and we feel that our focus is stretched, it leaks energy. And when we talk about leaking energy, it means as soon as you wake up, you reach for your phone. And whether that's through a notification, whether that's through the alarm that goes off, we don't sit in silence anymore, ever. We can't eat without scrolling or having our phone there or a laptop or something whilst we're consuming food. You train and then numb yourself straight after, or even scroll whilst training. I used to do this a hell of a lot and wonder why I wasn't really getting into the groove of training or really enjoying my training process. You think you're recovering, but you're actually just switching stimulus, okay? So when you think that Netflix is recovering, it is to some extent. It's going to be able to calm you, regulate your nervous system, but it depends what you're watching. If it's something that's a thriller, you're going to be in anticipation. If it's a horror, you're going to be in anticipation. If it's something funny, you're going to be in anticipation. So you do hear me talk a lot about the nervous system. The nervous system is in control of stress responses, thinking about the energy, thinking about brain function, muscular contractions. And if it's fried or slow, you are slow. Slow is not a bad thing, okay? Slow is actually what we call a change of gears. So you've got gear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 10. And essentially, being able to change and switch gears is going to give you more when you need it. And essentially, when you have a strong mind, you don't need constant distraction, because that's essentially what it is. It is a distraction from the thing that you're actually doing, trying to do multiple things at once. And I want you to think back right now. I want you to just potentially pause the video and think back to the last time you did nothing. Nothing doesn't mean having your phone there or scrolling or sat there for 20 minutes. That is not nothing. And I want you to think about how hard that was. And then I know that myself, I find that very, very difficult to be able to do. But once I get into the groove of it, I feel so fucking good afterwards. And it is now more normal than ever to reach for your phone when you're trying to sit in silence for 10 minutes. And I meditate quite a few times a week. It probably adds up to around an hour a week in total, which for some of you listening to this, you may be thinking, fuck, I don't get any in. Some of you listening to this may get hours of meditation in a week. It's all around being on that spectrum of at least trying to give it a go to some extent. So I know how I feel in that first 10, 15 minutes of sitting into meditation. My mind is going fucking 10 to the dozen, this, I've got to do that. I need to answer this, I need to go and do this, and then I want to do that. And then this is unproductive and this is not really helping. It's only until I allow myself to get deeper into that state of meditation and slowing down and doing nothingness, of which is where I really find the benefits from. So a quick 5-10 minutes here and there is so beneficial in your day, having nothing to do. So what happens is, though, we give our excuse of, I couldn't do it, I had other things to do. And honestly, I appreciate that. I probably look at your diary and think, fucking hell, how do you fit all of those things in? We always have something to do. But something sticks out to me. There was a quote from Tony Robbins years ago that he put onto a podcast. If you don't have 10 minutes to yourself, you don't have a life. Now, a lot of you are thinking, no, I don't have 10 minutes. It's filled with so many other different things. And if that's the case, you don't have a life. And that really has stuck with me, and that sits with me every single week. And it's how I help myself navigate my week, based on, if I cannot find 10 minutes for myself this week in some way, shape or form, I don't have a life. And so I can't coach clients from the perspective of slowing down to gain traction and momentum. I can't coach clients from experience of knowing what it feels like to be overwhelmed and stressed and anxious and drinking too much alcohol to be able to help relieve my stress. I have to be able to slow down myself first and build the discipline around slowing down, so that I can come from a place of, hey, this is tough. It is going against what your nervous system feels comfortable doing, going against what your head is telling you to do, for sure. But essentially, there's nothing better than being able to slow yourself down. And it is a skill. It is a muscle that needs breaking down and building up. Repetition, frequency. Just like trying to build muscle or get stronger in the gym. You probably deadlifted 40 kilogram in week 1. You may be over 100 kilograms now because you showed up every fucking week to do the thing. You didn't stop at week 2 and think, shit, this is too hard. I've only gained 5 kilogram. I'm going to stop that thing altogether. You didn't. You've shown up. And it's the exact same principle with this ability to slow down. It is tough. It feels like you're going backwards. It feels like it's going against what you should be doing. It probably feels like it's going against your values. Now, you can't out-train a constantly distracted nervous system. More steps will not work. Longer run is not going to work. More classes, more strength training will not work. And I had a client in one of my sessions the other day. She was zipping in and out of the session and around the session like a Duracell bunny, on all the time. Speed, no rest, kept doing, didn't brace, didn't breathe. And I had to ask her to slow down. Her nervous system operates from a place of speed, so that is normal to her. And there could be many reasons, from her life experiences, something she's done growing up. It could even been in the past 6 to 12 months that has taught her nervous system to operate at a pace that makes her feel comfortable, productive, and even worthy. And if you do anything other than slow down, to her, that is coming from a place of, this is no good. I'm no worth or use to anybody then if I slow down. And she opened up to me and she said, I'm like this at home. I can never switch off. I can never shut down. I just keep going. But it is constantly fucked. She feels fried all of the time. So then when she's trying to make decisions, when she's trying to gain energy, gain strength, be present in conversations with her daughter, people at work, friends, family, she can't, because she's always in her head operating at 1,000,000 miles per hour. And if she slows down, she's afraid, listen to this is going to land with a few people, she's afraid of what it's like to listen to her own head and whatever is going on in her own head. And usually that's the case. When people slow down, they don't like what's going on and being said, how they feel internally, because of that voice that's there. That's your subconscious coming to life and bringing it to the present moment. So she keeps going. And it makes her feel safe to keep going. As I said before, our ego attaches to speed. It attaches to the nervous system for doing, because there's so many reasons. Experiences before that got you to that place of potentially you've built a business through your nervous system being on all the time. I did that. But the old keys that you use to unlock those doors are not the same keys to unlock the new doors moving forward. We have to come from a place of doing something different over time. And for you, that could be, if you want to build better, long-lasting relationships, you need to potentially look at not operating at 1,000,000 miles per hour all the time. Is it that you do need to slow down to be able to gain perspective, be in the present moment more, understand what it is you do and don't want, to be able to make better decisions? During that session, I asked her to take 90 seconds out of the session to do something what we call box breathing. It's funny, I actually just posted in Discord right now. Box breathing is as simple as 4 seconds, inhale through the nose, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, and another hold on that breath retention for 4 seconds. And it's just repeating that process, and it keeps in this state of 4 in, 4 hold, 4 out, 4 hold. And I asked us to say this internally: thank you for this time. And guess what happened? She started to cry because she's never given herself permission to slow down. And social media, again, I'm going to bring this into conversation, has a funny way of showing us the reality we think we need. But in reality, what we really need is different from everybody else. And you are no different in the sense of, if you're watching all of these highlight reels and speed of which people are getting to this place that you deem to be aspirational, they haven't got there by being in this state of which you think is necessary to be able to get there. They have taken time, they have slowed down, they have allowed themselves to take a few steps back to push forward and pull back here and push forward where they need to. But social media has given us that indication that we need to be on doing all the time. But actually, it's up to you to give yourself that permission. But one thing we should all share is giving ourselves confidence and permission to slow down. It could just be the best thing that you do this week. And I want to just add into this, I'm going to freestyle in this moment now, 3 actions over the next 7 days. I want you to, first of all, introduce once a day box breathing into your day, whether that is at the beginning of your day, middle of your day, or at the end of your day. And I want you to set a 90-second timer, and I want you to practice the 4 seconds in, 4 seconds hold, 4 seconds out, 4 seconds hold. The second one is practicing a little bit of gratitude for your day as well. Again, whether that's at the beginning or the end. And I just want you to write down 3 things that you are grateful for today. And they don't have to be anything profound. It could be as simple as, I'm grateful for this standing desk that I'm stood at right now. I am grateful for the aircon that's on in this studio right now. It doesn't have to be anything monumental whatsoever. But practicing gratitude creates an energy and a safety, love feeling through your nervous system that I am safe, I am present, I am calm. And we have to go through the process of slowing ourselves down to be able to pay that gratitude and be in the present moment for that thing right now, not chasing whatever's ahead and not looking back at what's also been. That is the second thing. And the third thing is, once over this 7 days, setting, this is going to be tough. This is going to be tough for sure. So you might need to scale this relative to you. Setting a 50-minute timer for you to create space for nothing. I don't want a mobile phone. All I want is a notepad, A4, A5, notepad and pen, just down to the side. A 50-minute timer, whether that's done on Tuesday, whether that's done on Sunday, in a room that no one's going to bother you. You might even have to go and sit in the car. You might even have to go on a walk and sit on a bench somewhere, weather dependent. And I want you to just allow yourself to write if you want to, or to just sit there and take it in. But there is going to need to be a lot of discipline, especially in that first 20 minutes. It's going to feel quite uncomfortable. You'll then get into flow for around 10, 15 minutes, where you're probably starting to write and feel comfortable. And then towards the end of that 10, 12 minutes, you're probably going to feel a little bit sketchy again and think, right, I need to get going again. So start with a 50-minute timer in mind. And even if you manage 10 minutes, that is a win. Next week, set a 50-minute timer again. You might trial and do 15 minutes, and then 20 minutes, and then 30 minutes. So those 3 things: box breathing introduction in the morning and the lunchtime and the evening. Second thing is the gratitude, writing 3 things down and saying that out loud and what you're grateful for. And the third thing is that 50-minute timer brain dump. And that is what I want to go ahead with as we get into this week. I hope this has been useful. Remember, if you are struggling to make progress, it is because you're overstimulated from many, many external factors, and you haven't yet given yourself a chance to slow down, to listen to, and be present in this moment. Because the only thing that we actually have in our control is that present moment of being present in this right now. Right now. So I hope this has been useful. Please let me know. Drop me a comment, message me on Instagram, drop me on Discord, or a private email. Thank you. See you soon.